Hey guys, I'm back again with my good friend Jeff Singleton from Virginia. We're going to talk a little bit about pouring and making jigs. If you're not familiar with him, a lot of us probably know him on Facebook, but he's the guy behind Jeff's Bass Jigs. Thanks for joining me, Jeff.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Yeah, let's do a little bit of, talking and, show people what it's all about and why you do what you do.
It really is. I mean, it's really that easy. Here I am. I'm giving it away. I do not. I don't plan on retiring on this. I do this because it's fun. If I make a couple bucks to buy another mold, great. But this it it is what it is. It's easy. It's a piece of cake. Do it yourself. Why pay Strike King $5 for a jig when you can do it for yourself?
Yeah, that's what we were just talking about too offline was is it worth it, to actually pour your own lead and to make your own jigs?
So honestly, my opinion, yes, because it's not all about pouring for me. It's not all about saving money for me. A lot of it has to do with I make this, and these two, as I held them up before, these two are John's. I'm putting them in a bag, and the next time I see John, they will go to him. But it has something to do with catching a fish off something you made, or seeing someone catch a fish off something you made. I mean, a mold. You can get a mold for 35, 45 bucks. You can buy lead for $1.50 a pound on eBay. You can buy a pot for 80 bucks. Start doing that math, and how many jigs have you lost? How many jigs have you lost in the up in a stump or in the rocks or whatever? I mean, it is what it is. We lose them. Uh, but I mean, it costs between me and the fence post. It probably costs 75 cents. 75 cents for that for that jig you paid $5 for.
So the types you're making, you're mainly doing your football jig.
So
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 what you have and what the purpose of each is. I know you mainly
so
the two different
I have
types.
I have three molds right now that I use primarily. Now I have additional molds. I can do bottom weights. I can do egg sinkers. I can do some. I got a whole bunch of saltwater molds that I also use, but we're talking strictly freshwater here. I have Arky, I have football, and I have slip. Which the slip and I'm really torn about the slip and sharing the slip because most people I've talked to have never seen them. And when I show them to them, they're like, "Oh, money, give me some." And unfortunately, that's where I'm at right now. Is give me some. Okay, here you go. And I give them to them because I want to see people catch fish off what I got. And I guarantee you, the end of this summer, you watch my Instagram, you watch my Facebook, and there will be people posting pictures. But slip jig is everybody thinks I don't know what's up with the statics. Like statics ridiculous. Um, this the slip jig is picture a Texas rig. You get a Texas rig, you throw a little worm weight on there. You can throw a baby brush hog behind it, or a brush hog, or a lizard, and you're just going to drag it.
Right.
Yeah, it's okay. It's moving across. It's got no it's got no extra gumption. But what if you threw that? What if you threw that worm weight with a skirt and then drug that brush hog or that lizard or that worm? I mean, dude, seriously, you can't go wrong with it, right? I mean, the concept is there and it's great.
Oh yeah.
It's just a matter of, can I give you the color that you want? And hold on, let me do this and this and this and this. See, those are all different colors you have to choose from, and that's just those. Hold on, you gotta deal with me because I gotta stand up and put all this stuff back. Because I got, wait, what temperature does lead melt at? You have any clue?
180 degrees.
I don't know. All I know is that I got a whole big pot of it here that's just heating up this room.
Stick your finger in. Let's see how hot it is.
Hey. And then I got those. Those are that's my extra colors. So the thing that I think I can give you that no one else can is I'll do this with you. John sat here on Skype with me and said, I want that color and that color. And I put it together for him. And he has 2 baits. He has 2 jigs waiting for him. I don't care. Dude, it takes me 10 minutes to talk. 10 minutes to talk to somebody. And say, okay, what colors do you want? Oh, you want green with a purple flake and black with a green flake mixed together on a 3/8 ounce Arky. Okay, I can do that. You tell me what you want. Okay, let's name it. We need to name that color. That's my big thing is I have no clue. I have no clue how to name my colors. All right, yeah. Okay, so here's what I've got. You see, I've got a Lee pot right here. This is the Lee. It doesn't say. It just says caution hot surfaces. So we'll have to deal with that. But it's a Lee production pot. Okay, and right now we are working with a. Can you read it?
Do it. Yeah.
It's a do it mold. We are working with a football, weedless football, made for mustad hooks, and I've just poured one. And one of the hardest parts is getting the mold hot enough. So if you can see, if you can look at that, is that clear enough?
Oh yeah, crystal clear.
All right. So if you can see, there's the one I just poured. But you can see all the narrow crevices that are in there. If you're pouring and your mold is actually cold, what does that do? It cools the lead down quicker. So if your mold is not hot, you will pour a half a jig. You get so. You'll get to right about here, and the because of the cold mold, the lead will cool and nothing will pour beyond it. So just rule number 1 is make sure you're pouring with a hot mold. Whether what I typically do is I will pour 4 or 5 molds, just lead. And then drop the lead back in, and the lead itself pouring actually heats the mold up. My slip jigs that I make, my slip jigs that I make in this mold right here, in order to make those work, I can actually feel the heat come through the wooden handles. So. Anyhow, so here you can see a football head. And you see I've got a pin in there for the weed guard. I'm just going to wiggle that out. Come on. Try not to hook myself, because that would be catastrophic tonight.
Be great for the video.
Yeah, it would. I mean, but you already did that removing the hook video.
See if Chad can do it remotely this time.
Come on. Sometimes you got to grab a pair of pliers to pull it out. All right, so now it's out. So for those of you who don't know what a jig looks like when it's raw, there it is. This is going to pop right off. We're going to go ahead, we're going to grab that with a pair of pliers. And you can do it with your hand, but I've got about 40 of them I need to make tonight, so I'm not playing around. Just twist it. Drop the lead back into your pot, and there it is. And there's one jig. And if you see the hole.
Cool.
What we're going to do, whether it's in this video or a later video, we will cover powder coating a jig. Personally, you got all kinds of concepts on it. You have people who will actually mold the jig with the weed guard in, and I will show you how that works real quick. So you have the mold, and you see where I had the the pin sitting in there. You can actually lay the weed guard right in there.
Cool.
But that becomes problematic. That becomes problematic when you are actually powder coating them and painting them. If you're going to powder coat them, some people just latex paint them. Sorry, excuse me while I just beat everything all over the place here. I figured. There we go. So the problem with molding the weed guard straight in is with powder coating, you really want to bake and cure that powder coat at 350 degrees. What do you think happens to that plastic weed guard at 350 degrees?
Absolutely nothing.
Oh yeah, sure. Nothing happens. It comes out perfectly clean, and it doesn't melt and do this and turn into a ball. Yeah. So needless to say, personally what I do is I just go ahead and they sell these things right here. It's a piece of plastic that you can actually, where is my jig head? There it is. You can actually, instead of using the pin, you can use these, or you can just put it in afterwards. And you can powder coat it.
Cool.
And that will keep the hole clean. Honestly, that's still a whole lot, too much damn work for me. So what I have, let me see if I can find it over here somewhere. What I have is this.
Okay.
It's a drill bit, right?
Yeah.
It's a 1/8 drill bit. Those are 1/8 weed guards. So the hole is already there, correct?
Right.
So after it comes out of the powder coat, and let me see if I have one. Here's one I didn't do such a good job on cleaning up. but there's a hole there.
Right.
You hold it at the right angle, take your little drill bit, put it in the hole you see, and you twist. And it cleans that powder coat right out. And then you have your clean 1/8 hole for your 1/8 inch weed guard. Epoxy. 2-part epoxy. Man up, deal with it, spend the extra $5 and get that instead of super glue, because I was fishing with John when I had a super glue weed guard pop out. 2-part epoxy, it will hold, it will never break. I've seen John's videos, and he actually has one where he does something with 2-part epoxy. I can't remember what it was, but you talked about epoxy somewhere.
Oh yeah, I
can't remember what it was.
It was a rod repair. It was a rod repair.
I don't know, but it was 2-part epoxy, and I was use 2-part epoxy, dude. It's that easy, and so we'll do this. See if I can. Can you see? Yeah, you see this. So I happen to have a slip jig right here, already powder coated. Yeah, black powder coat on the slip jig. Do you want this bright or do you want this dark? This was yours. We're going to set this one aside, and this one is going to be John's.
All right.
So you've got a black. I won't even go with the heavy one. You want? Hold on. First off, do you want black or do you want green?
Black.
What head do you want?
Black works.
All right. So you have a black head. If you could pick 2 colors for a skirt, what do you want?
Black and brown.
Black and brown, huh? All right, hold on. I got to get up and over here. No. It was. Do you want a flake in that black, or do you just want straight black?
Straight black.
All right. Well, you're getting. I don't think I have straight black, but you're getting straight black with kind of a little bit of shimmy in it.
It's all good.
And then you want black and brown.
Yeah.
All right. Hold on. A dark brown or a light brown?
Light brown.
Like that light brown?
Yeah.
So you want a black with that light brown, huh? All right. Now, we're going to put these 2 colors together for Jeff's jigs. And we're going to make John name this color. What do you think? Oh, hold on. Is that the color you're looking for?
That sounds pretty good. Yeah.
Looks good? All right.
Yeah.
You got a little sparkle in the black. It's not straight black, but it works. All right. So here I am. I'm on video, and I completely just did something off of video. So you have 2 strips. Now that I've bypassed that, let me just show you what I'm talking about here. All right, so when you do this, when you get strips, that's a really good color combo.
That's cool.
I think you're getting this one.
All right.
You're getting both of them. Both of them are yours. You just have to name. You just have to be the one to name the black and the brown.
Yeah, Susky Mud.
So you have this, right? I'm trying to make sure. I'm looking from a distance.
Yeah.
Right? So you have 2 ends. Scissors. Cut one end of the strip off, right?
Right.
And then you have it falling like this. Looks like we got some static going on in here tonight. See that?
Yeah.
It's just all over the place. Anyhow, so you can see down here. This is my tool. I will eventually get one of the tools that I can just lay separate strips in there. But buy my jigs so I can buy that tool because it is a $200 tool. All right. So you have this here. There's a hook on the end of this, and this set up to make your skirts, and these skirts will work for your buzz baits, your spinner baits, anything. This tool, with the whole setup, I think it's less than $50. All right, so we've got that there. You've got this little tiny rubber little thing right here.
Yeah.
It's going to feed onto the nose of that. You're going to roll it down. You're going to grab this. You're going to pull up to about there, and then you're going to do that, and then you're going to pull it off. And guess what? You have a skirt. You're going to grab your pair of scissors. You're going to grab your pair of scissors. There you go. You're going to grab a pair of scissors, cut that stuff off, and you have a legitimate skirt. And then we're going to turn around, and the way I do it is I hold it this way. I hold it this way.
Yeah.
And whichever way is longer, that's the side I feed on to whatever. And there, you have a freshly made, let's see, hold up there a little bit more, a freshly made slip jig. And that is all there is to it. Now, as long as we're here, we've got the kind of brownish and whatever on a green. You're getting it on a green, dude. You're not getting it on a black. That's I'm sitting here looking at it. That's a total green color that you picked. Oh, that one went flying. Now, everybody talks about, oh, my jig is this, my jig is that, and the jig head color is this, the jig head color is that. Hey, here's the way I look at it. Dude, that fish don't care what the color, what color that jig head is. It's buried in the mud. It's worried about what's sticking up. Am I wrong, John?
Absolutely right. Yeah.
I mean, I'll make you some colors. I've got copperhead. I got blue, black, brown. Hold on, I'm hooking up here. Oh, I lost my power cord. Wow, this is going to be the most redneck show you've ever had.
Hey, I'm good at editing.
So there, these are the colors he actually picked as opposed to the ones that I picked. Granted, I put it on a green head. He asked for a black. But, you know what? He asked for black. There's his black.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah, now I just got to get him down here to fish with him.
Or get you up here.
One or the other. I got a muskie in my future at some point in time.
We'll get you on him.
All right, now you're just going to have to bear with me here. Because now that I've sat and talked, my mold is cold again. And then that's what it really boils down to is when you're pouring. If you want to start pouring, first thing I can tell you is don't be cheap. Can you see this? Can you actually see the mold?
Yep.
All right. Don't be cheap. Get the actual get the pot instead of a hand pot. Everybody starts with a hand pour.
Yeah.
That was the hot pot 2 or whatever it is. Yeah. Don't waste your time. You will outgrow that within minutes. Seriously, because let's see if I can find one here. Oh, here's one. So I have hooks laying all over my table. Where? See that?
Yeah.
What's wrong with that hook?
It's got cooties.
Pretty much. Pretty much. Once you pour a hook, it's hard to get it clean again. Now, I can take this and I can grab it with the pliers and do all that. And, hey, guess what? It looks almost good again. But you know what? I know I've already torn that thing up with a piece of metal, and there might be a nickel in that hook.
Yeah.
That might cost you your trophy fish. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. The key is make sure your mold is hot. Do not start until your mold is hot. A pot, get a pot. You pull an arm. You don't have to sit here looking like what's his name, Michael J. Fox, pouring lead into a mold, and it's not going to go in smooth. It's not going to go in clean. Just you know, you see.
Nice.
Well, but there's no hooks in there.
Yeah.
That's just me heating. That's how I heat the mold up, is I just pour. And pliers. Pliers are something you have to have because your fingers can't handle the heat. You might think you're a man. You're really not.
Unless you can walk around for hours with a hook sticking out of your finger.
Well, you know, there is Ross. There's Ross. Ross would just like dip his hand right here in the pot and just pull it out and just roll it into a ball and say, hook in there, that's my jig. But that's Ross. Because Ross is a man like that. Because, hold on, how Chad Hoover say it? That's man shit. Dude, that was, when I saw that was ridiculous.
Seriously, I was standing outside the tournament hall for like a half hour talking to the guy when I finally noticed his hand waving around with a huge treble hook sticking out of it, and he wasn't going to tell a soul. He was going to go through the captain's meeting, or go through the award ceremony, hit the road, go to the VA on the way home, and get the thing taken care of. Seriously.
You know, the scariest part of that whole story is that he was actually going to go to the VA to get something done. Am I wrong?
No comment. You can trust me to hook out.
Come on, dude. I have so many retired military friends. It's not even funny. Yeah, the VA taking care of that hook. Dude, I'd rather hooked it up to a semi and just said rip it out before I dealt with them. This is what happens when you pour and your jig isn't hot enough. You see the lead doesn't go all the way down the shaft. You don't have your keepers and all that.
Yeah.
That's what happens. All right, cool. So, see that? That's a good one. See how we have the keeper on there and everything?
Yeah.
That looks good. And there's another good one.
Cool.
So, like I said, 50%. So, could you see what I was talking about when it doesn't pour right? It doesn't go all the way down the hook.
Well, of course, sometimes you purchase them, at the store, and you actually notice that too.
No. This is clearly here. See the difference?
Yeah.
See how just below the head, this one just stops, and the other one. And then I may or may not be able to clean that hook up. And see here, you think you have one, you look at it at first glance, you're like, oh, we're good, we got lead. Then you're like, yeah, no, it didn't pour completely. So, here's what it is. The hardest part is powder coating the slip jigs. So here, all right. So I'm giving trade secrets away now.
We are recording.
Yeah, I'm sure. All right. So here is a pure lead slip jig. I'm not going to tell you how I came up with this, but I poked that through, and what I just poked through, what I won't tell you what it was, but what I poked through actually keeps the hole clean as I powder coat it. Because for those of you who don't know, the way powder coat works is you have a powder, literally a powder. Your metal that you want to affix it to is heated up. The powder is then applied to the metal, whether it's through spraying or through dipping, and for me it's dipping. Your metal's heated up, you dip it into the powder coat, and because the metal is hot, it bonds that, it melts that to the actual metal. Then you put it in an oven and bake it. Literally bake it for 20 minutes at 350 degrees. When it comes out, it's hard as a rock.
Cool.
Big downfall. Don't forget to clean the eyes of the hooks. Because you know how you get jig heads at the little round jig heads at the store, and I'll just take a hook and let me poke my hole. Yeah, powder coated jig doesn't work like that. Just doesn't work. You might as well. What I do? I'll see. This is how I clear them. That's how I clear them. Ultimately, what I like to do is I have a hook. I have a Mustad 5/0 hook over here somewhere that I've actually straightened out. So it's basically a poker. And I turn the torch on. I heat it up till it's red hot. I shove it through the hole before I bake it. And then I throw it in and bake it.
Cool. Well,
Didn't know all that went into it, did you?
No, it's a lot of work. That's awesome.
So you saw my skirt tool. There is let's see. So there's a skirt tool where you take the rubber collar, you slide it down on 2 points, you pull a lever, and it separates it and opens it up. That is some next level stuff right there. Because then I can take a base color, lay it in there, and then pull single strands through, and then just close it.
Nice.
I'm gonna be there. Not there yet, but I'm gonna be there. I gotta justify, buy my stuff. I gotta justify it because right there that single tool is a $200 investment in the industry. That one tool alone is $200.
So when you're seeing them with like tinsel in the skirts,
yeah, that's all they're doing. Is they're using that $200 tool and laying a couple of them in there when they do them.
Yeah.
And $200 may not seem like much. Just go talk to my wife. It's great. She rocks. I love her.
She's probably right behind the door.
Nah, she's upstairs asleep. Dude, oh my God, wait to see my pictures on Facebook.
You photoshopped them yet?
No. I was sitting on the raft at one point in time today, and she's got a spinning rod down there with a Ned rig and one of my boys, and she's steady casting. And I said, that's a hell of a wife right there. That's a woman right there that will stand up there and fish to make sure her son catches a fish.
Because you weren't helping.
Dude, that's 100%. That's why she was doing it, was to make sure Braden caught a fish.
Cool.
Braden was stuck up in the front of the raft with her, and she hadn't caught anything. And Connor's in the back, and we're yanking him out left and right.
Oh, man.
Braden hadn't caught anything. And she's like, damn it, I'm going to catch my son a fish. And she sat there and she cast until she hooked and handed that boy a rod, and he caught one.
Nice.
That is an incredible woman.
That's cool.
Yeah. So it's Jeff's Bass Jigs on Facebook. Oh, that doesn't do much good, does it? That's backwards.
It works.
Jeffs.bass.jigs@gmail.com. Twitter is Jeffs_bass_jigs. And Instagram is Jeffs.bass.jigs. You know, they couldn't allow the same characters, so, it had to be difficult.
Fishyaker.com, the original kayak rigging video series.